Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Jerry, how are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm good, just getting the day started. I don't want to say what time it is, but it's early for me.
hmm
How's everything going, man? Haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while since I've seen you, man. Things are going good. I'm like really trying to focus on myself right now and like kind of like get my life together per
Mm-hmm.
se, but like get healthy and like see where I want to do things. So like right now, at this point in my life is like I'm like focusing in. So it's going smoothly for now.
All right, so for the people that know you or don't know you, I mean, when you say focusing on myself, I think the biggest way that that you've shown that is by your dramatic. I didn't want to talk about this yet, but
hmm
your dramatic change in physical appearance. I saw you when you're a big boy,
Oh yeah, that
and
was big boy.
now you're not. So, how did that happen?
So, my parents, a while ago, they tried this same program, and the program's called the camp. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like the transformation center, and what they do is that they you pay like X amount of money,
Okay.
and you sign up for a contract, and your contract states that you gotta like work out this many times per week, and well 5 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 5 times a week, and you have to change your like meal plan, right?
Okay.
And the deal is you pay the money, and in 6 weeks you gotta lose 20 pounds, right?
Mm.
By following like their
Their guidance
their
and stuff.
guidance.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to lose 20 pounds in the 6 weeks. And if you do lose the 20 pounds in the 6 weeks, that's a challenge, right?
Mm.
And if you do, you can roll over to another challenge with the same money that you paid initially. And then you keep going until either A, you don't make the 20 pounds, or
Mm-hmm.
B, you you get to the ideal weight for your age and height. So, I've just been rolling over challenges, and so far, as of today, I've lost 105 pounds.
Wow, man, that's a whole person.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Yeah, I
person.
used to joke about that when I like lost 40. I was like, "Dang, I lost like a whole first grader." Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nuts. Yeah. And so like the fact that I lost like 105 pounds, and like now I'll walk up to like a 100 pound thing and I'll be like, "This is I lost
Yeah.
all this."
Like
Yeah.
like what? Like a physical representation of
Yeah,
it,
so like
or
they have like curl bars, like 100 pound curl bar, and I was
ah,
like, "Shit, I
like
can't
this
even like
heavy.
I can't even curl this," and like I
Yeah.
lost that. It's crazy, but so I've been doing that, and so
Mm-hmm.
my parents tried it first,
Yeah.
and they lost a good amount of weight, but
Okay.
then they didn't make it, and
Mm.
they relapsed and kind of like just like went back to their old ways and gained the
Mm.
like weight back. So I was like, damn, and then I got like to my thickest. I was at 325 pounds
Wow.
at my like thickest. I was
Yeah.
big boy,
Big boy.
like, and like my aunt came up to me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to try it out?" And then in my head, I was like, "Nah, like I really don't want to try it out because I saw my parents like go through this journey only to end up back where they were,
Mm.
right?" But at the same time, I was like, I've been telling myself self since 2012. Soda can vouch for me. Soda's my best friend. For those who don't know, Soda can vouch for me. Since 2012, I was like, this year for sure, I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna get fit. And so it's been years, and I was like, you know what? Like I might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So I did it, and I'm doing it, and I'm almost done with it. So right now I'm on my fifth challenge, which will be my
Okay.
final challenge. And so I'll so I've started at 325
Mm-hmm.
at my thickest, and I'll end at 211.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, and that the final day is coming up, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be great.
So 6 weeks. So how long has it been now?
So it's been since June 4th, 2018,
Okay.
and so it's been like 7 months.
I mean, damn, dude. That's 7 months,
7 months.
105 pounds.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's just work and dedication.
Oh yeah. And people will ask me like, "Oh my God, what's your motivation? Like, oh, what drives you to go and do this?" And what the crazy thing is, like I don't really have one. Like
Mm.
people, like everyone, like well, I wouldn't say everyone. A lot of people find something and they just picture that in their head. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, a healthier me. Let me work towards that. That's my goal. That's what I want to do."
Yeah.
Or like, "Oh, I found out my parents have diabetes, so I don't want to do that. So let me work out and do this." But like, my journey didn't come from motivation. It came more from discipline. Cause I was just like, you know what? You signed up for this, so you're gonna do it. Like, you put yourself into this challenge. It's a
Mm-hmm.
challenge. You like challenges. I like challenges.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you're gonna make it. And so I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't feel like working out. But no, I get up and I go do it. And from like June, July, right? My aunt was doing it with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was like starting off with me, which was great because I
Yeah.
had that support there at the gym. She was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "Oh, let's get it," you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then she didn't make a challenge, you know. So
Mm.
she couldn't like keep going with me,
Yeah.
right? So in August, I was like, I became, well, I don't want to say unmotivated because I had
Mm-hmm.
no motivation, but I'll say I became discouraged,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I became discouraged and I was like, like she's not with me. So
So
like,
that's when she stopped in
yeah,
August.
that's
Okay.
when she stopped. So I was like, like I need to find, like, I need to keep going. Like,
Yeah.
part of me was like, like, you're by yourself now. You're
Mm-hmm.
really by yourself, you know? But then the other part of me was like, okay, you're by yourself. Who cares? Keep
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
forward. But that part of myself really pushed me. And that's when I started like walking to and from the gym too. So when I
Mm.
would go work out, I would walk 2.5 miles. Then then I would work out like, and their workouts are, it's like they have stations
Mm-hmm.
where they have different workouts, and you're there for an hour and you're just going through the stations. They tell you to rotate, you do workouts in between. There's like a warm up, there's a cool down. It's like the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would walk 2.5 miles, go through an intense high cardio workout, then walk 2.5 miles home before
Bang.
I even started my day. Cause I always work out in the morning.
What time's the morning?
I usually do the 9 o'clock class.
9 o'clock.
So I
Okay.
would leave my house at 8, get there like around 8:40, get
Mm-hmm.
like, take
Settled
a
in.
breather,
Yeah.
settled in, do my workout, walk home, be home by like 10:40,
Wow.
and go about my day. And then sometimes, cause you can do double classes, so you can double up on classes. So sometimes I leave my house at 6 in the morning through the 7 o'clock class, and then do the 9 o'clock class, and then walk home.
Shit. That's a whole man. You really have to want to do it
Mhm.
to do that. Because, I mean, 2 years ago, I think like 2 years ago, I went to one of the meetings.
Mhm.
I was like, oh yeah, and I sat through the meeting. They told me everything, but it didn't go back because I was like, you know what, there's gonna be a lot of pressure. Because
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much on them unless they're gonna sponsor me. But
Mhm.
no, just playing. But there's a financial responsibility behind it.
Mhm.
There's a certain number that you pay, and if you do it, then like you said, you could roll it over.
Mhm.
And if not, then if you want to do it again, you have to pay again.
Mhm.
So to me, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use that as motivation. But then I started thinking about, you know what, well, maybe I can afford to lose it.
Mhm.
Like maybe it'll be okay if I lose this money. So then when I realized I was thinking like that, I was like, you know what, it's not what it's about.
Mhm.
The same way that you did it. Like, it's not about the money, it's about you just saying like, you know what, I just have to do it.
Mhm.
Wow. So what else? How do you not relapse? How do you not get tired of the routine?
That's a good question. And like, I'll admit, like, I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? I think I deserve a little treat,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll treat myself. But as soon as I treat myself, can I cuss on this?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
get my ass right back in that gym, and I work off whatever I ate. So
Yeah.
let's say I was like when I was out last night,
Okay.
I went out and I had In-N-Out.
All
And I was
right.
like,
All right.
In-N-Out's like bomb,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I went out and I had In-N-Out, but when I went to, but then I did a double class today, and I pushed
Mm,
myself extra hard, and I like got heavier weight, and
yeah.
I like did like I went faster when I ran.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about like give and take, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the balance, you know, because you can't out of nowhere sign up for a program,
Mm-hmm.
change your life, and then not have those cravings that you want to be able to satisfy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say, one good workout isn't gonna get you to your goal the same way one bad meal is not gonna take you away from your goal.
Yes.
So you could afford all that. So besides just working out, I mean, so let's take it back. I met you, I want to say 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been when we were doing. Was it when we were doing the hip hop
The
mindset
Valentine's
Valentine?
Day. Yeah.
Which damn. So since Valentine's just happened, that was 5 years ago.
5 years.
That's that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, you're a dancer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
tell me how that started, because that's how I met you.
So like hip hop mindset, like the.
Not so much hip hop mindset, but more your venture of breaking. Because I remember seeing
Mm-hmm.
you and Soda, and I was like, what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
traditionally speaking, like Soda's like he looks like a b-boy, right?
Yeah.
But then I saw you and I was like, wait a second, like how is this guy moving like him, but he looks nothing like
Mm-hmm.
him, like physically?
Yeah.
So how did he even get into this?
So, like my whole life, I've just loved music,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I just love the feeling that it gives, right? And I see dancing as a way of expressing yourself and as a way of like showing music,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you express the music through yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, so my dance journey started officially, 2012, you know, um, so me and Soda, we met in kindergarten, right?
Okay.
So we met in kindergarten, but then he went out to a different track because there was like the track system.
Mm-hmm.
So we were separated, and then we like came back together, and like we met back up in a freshman class of geography, and we were like, I was like, oh shit, what's up, Sarumu? Because at the same time, because that's how
Yeah.
I met him. He wasn't Soda back,
Yeah.
like when I met him in kinder.
I
So
still can't say his name.
yeah,
But okay.
Sarumu, yeah. He's gonna roast me because the first time I pronounced it was like hella not cool. So I was like, "Oh, what's up, Surumu?" Right? And he's like, "Oh, what's up?" You know, and we kind of hit it off there. And he started his journey before I did because he saw. I'll let you know what I won't even tell his story just in
Yeah.
case you have him on.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably
So
will.
yeah, so he started his dance journey, and we just like clicked and became best friends right there.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? I'll do it too. I mean, you're cool,
Yeah.
and I want to be cool. So let me learn how to do this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we started dance battling in class. Just like when the teacher turned his back to write something on the board, we'd like stand up and we would like wave and we like wave at each other, and
Yeah.
like the whole class would be entertained. And it was like the funniest thing. And then even when the teacher did catch us, like I would always like I'm pretty good with my words, so I would
Yeah.
always like talk my way out of it. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh sorry, I had to like stretch my leg and I had
Yeah.
a cramp, you know, and stuff like that. And so I started picking it up there. And then he asked me, he's like, yo, dude, he came up to me one day. This is like, I remember this like clear as day. He came up to me after class and he was like, hey, I'm gonna go shoot a dance video for my YouTube channel. Do you want to be in it? And I was like, I don't think I'm good enough. And he's like, yeah, man, you're good enough. All you gotta do is just come and just dance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, shit, okay, you know, like, well, sure, you know?
This was still freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so then the video is Basshead. It's still on his channel. And we did like a revamp, like a 6-year anniversary that's on his channel, which is funny.
Oh, you guys did it already?
Yeah. So yeah, so where was I?
YouTube channel.
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh yeah, come be in my video," right? And then I was like, "Okay." And then the day came, and then I didn't have a phone, so I was like texting him through like a text now app on my tablet, and I was like, "Yo, dude, how do I dress?" Like I was freaking out because like
Yeah.
I'd never done this before, and he had like he's been established because he had like a video that had like 1,000 some views, which is why I was so intimidated, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what do I wear?" Like
Yeah.
you know, and then it's funny because he said dress nice, right? And at the time, I was like such a dork and such like a nerd, like, and so I like put on like a tie and a button up and
Yeah,
some slacks
yeah.
and like a fedora and stuff. And
Fedora.
he like, and then like I went to walk to his house, and then he was wearing skinny jeans, a hoodie, and like a Spider-Man hat, and I was like, you said dress nice. Let me go change. And he's like, nah, there's no time for that. Let's go. And I was like,
Yeah.
you suck, you know? So we went out and we did the video. And then we had like his mom's camera and we had like this little, his sister's speaker.
Mhm.
And we just like, and it was funny because we were dancing and we couldn't even hear the music because like there was a fountain too. So like we were just like doing our best to dance to this. And then we posted it. And then in the comments, I got like love. And they were like, hey, the big guy's going off. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this guy.
yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe I could like do something with this. And
Yeah.
I can really just like, because I like the attention. I was like, oh, this is kind
Yeah,
of dope. You know,
yeah.
this is sick.
I'll take
You
it
know,
if I
I'm
could get it.
finally cool, right?
Yeah.
And after we made that video and we saw how much love we get, our school was like, hey, we're doing a talent show. If you want to audition, come audition. And me and Soda were like, let's go audition, right?
Yeah.
So we go and we audition. Now, we just showed up, we played a song, and we freestyled the whole thing. Now, I was so bad at the time. I only knew like 4 different moves, all right? So I was so bad, but we made it, right? And it was funny because we were like, it was like the week of the talent show. They gave us like a month to like prep.
Yeah.
But it was like the week of the talent show.
Typical.
And then we just like look at each other and we're just like, so what are we doing for the talent show?
Yeah.
Right? And then so we met up at my grandma's house and we were like just kind of planning it out, trying to like make a performance.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a performance set and we were ready to go. And then come the day of the talent show, we were like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. Let's revamp it. So we were at school at lunch, the 40-minute gap for lunch that we have. We made what was our talent show performance, which is like the JFluffatron and Dr. GoPro like performance that's on his YouTube channel, and we made that at like for 40 minutes. And we just went and we performed it, and it was like choreographed freestyle, so, which means that like, oh, you're gonna get this part, I'm gonna get this part, we're gonna do this right here, which is what we usually do for performances, because we're really freestyle dancers, so we don't really do choreography too much. So
because you guys dance together a lot, right?
yeah, and we have like chemistry, because we've been starting together, so we really feed off each other's energy.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, so we did that performance and it went so great. We won first place for dance. Wow. Yeah, our first talent show, and everybody in the school was like, oh my god, oh, is that Jerry and Soda? Oh, I mean, for the longest time, Soda always roasts me on this. For the longest time I was, hey, aren't you the guy that dances with Soda? And I was like, yeah, that's me, you know?
But you were content with that.
Yeah, I was really happy with that, because like at least I was starting something. Yeah. Like, and I was like putting myself out there. Mm-hmm. And then sophomore year, so the year after that, because I didn't even have my name established yet, right? So, or actually, and this was established before because it was JFluff, but like I got my name JFluff, right? At this like religious retreat. Like my mom sent me out to a religious retreat, and they put us like in different groups. Yeah. And my group, we were like so extra. They were like, oh, let's all give each other nicknames so we all look tight and stuff, you know? Yeah. And then I was going around, like I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I'm pretty creative. So I was like coming up with like dope nicknames. And I was like, yo, you're this, right? Yeah. And then it got to me. And then I was like, I can't nickname myself, because nicknaming yourself hardly ever sticks, right? So there was this girl, I'll never forget her name, Michaela Plummer, right? She was like, yo, why don't we call you JFluff? And I was like, JFluff? She's like, yeah, because at the time, I used to do like Gabriel Iglesias, like impressions. Yeah, it was so funny. And so she was like, yeah, JFluff, J because of Jerry, and then Fluff because you're fluffy. And I was like, you know what? I think you're onto something, you know? Yeah. So I ran with it, and I was like, you know, so all credit goes to her. Yeah,
dude, you owe her some money or something.
Yeah, like I gotta, I don't know, like she really gave me my name, you know? And which is why JFluffatron was a thing. And so I started pushing that name out, and it's not as catchy or popular as Soda is, but it's decent. So that's my dance name. And so after doing the talent show and getting all that recognition, I just started practicing, and me, Soda, and we linked with this dude named John and we used to like dance and stuff in like the quad of like Pacifica. So we used to do it in front of everyone. We didn't care.
Mm.
And then me and Soda, to build like confidence, we used to go to the corner of Gonzalez and Rose where Sharky's is right now.
Yeah.
We used to go on that corner. We used to like put our earbuds in and just dance. And like nobody heard the music. We looked like complete idiots. But we used to go out and do that because like there's so many people watching,
Yeah.
and we just like built confidence off that, which is why now we can just go in front of crowds and just like
Mm-hmm.
just do it up. And so from there, I just kept practicing and we kept networking and like seshing with other dancers, and I kept learning and learning, and to this day I'm still learning. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to say I'm like the best,
No.
you
Yeah.
know, but like I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good at dancing
Yeah.
now. I
Yeah.
really am.
Yeah. I mean, ever since the beginning, you could tell, like, you're talking about the chemistry.
Mhm.
You could tell. I remember because my brother and I met you guys at the same time,
Mhm.
and we were always like, damn, like these guys like together. It's like it's something different.
Mhm.
There's something powerful about. Physically, you guys look different, but when you guys dance together, like it just fit.
Yeah.
It just fit, and it was kind of funny though. It was kind of funny because it's kind of like the typical thing that you kind of see, like like Disney sitcoms or stuff like that, where you
Yeah.
have these two characters, they're totally opposite, but then they're best friends, and then it just works.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys were.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what you guys are.
Mhm.
And that's just, I don't know. To me, that's just real sick.
Yeah.
When it comes to dance, what's your style? So I do you consider yourself a b-boy, or how does that work? Cause I don't know.
So like I consider myself a freestyle dancer, right? So I like to dance to just about anything that comes on, right? So the styles of dance that I do have under my belt is kind of just like animating, popping, and like a little bit of breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been training breaking for like seriously, I've been training breaking for I want to say a couple months. Ever since like I started like my fitness journey,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a lot easier to get into breaking
Okay.
because I used to try to break like when I was like thick boy,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't really work out because like holding myself was like a challenge. But I did always try. And like that's been my biggest thing cuz I do want to like expand my horizons and learn a
Yeah.
bunch of different styles. That way I could just like go off.
So can you actually? I mean, before you get too into it, because I, I mean, I know they're different things, right? But
Mhm.
can you describe like what each actually is, or how you could tell?
So animating is basically like when you see people waving and like when people like say, "Oh, you are a popper and locker," and like they
Mm-hmm.
do this like big old wave, that's like animating because
So
you're
it's not wave like hello.
No, it's waving like
like with
like flowing
yeah.
through like a
Okay.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it through because I know people are gonna listen to this like just
Yeah.
listening to it.
Yeah.
It's like
It's kind of like when you do that thing with your hands and then like you pass it on to someone else.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then they kind
Like
of
when you pass the flow.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay,
So like
okay.
that's waving, and then animating is so like free to do whatever you want because you can literally do whatever you want with animating. You can like open up a banana and eat a banana. You can
That's
make a
what you mean.
balloon.
Okay.
And you know how like there was that like craze for a bit where people like fake put a box on the floor
Yeah.
and they would like step over it,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Ah.
animating is basically like just taking the music and just doing whatever you want with it, you
Mhm.
know? And popping is like all that hard hitting stuff. Like when you think of old school West Coast poppers and they're just like hitting and like
Mhm.
flexing and stuff like that and doing like different angles and stuff like that, that's popping.
Okay.
Cause like yeah, and that's like really that's like for me the nah, I wouldn't say that's the most challenging. But like it's that one's it's hard because you need to look super clean to look really good,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you need to hit super hard to like look good.
Yeah.
So I like if you know if for whoever watches my dancing, it's mostly waving and like passing the energy through my body and creating with it. You know,
Mhm.
popping I like save for special occasions.
Mhm. Is that because it's your like the little hidden talent that you pull out every once in a while, or just because
It's like I pull that out when the song needs it, like when it's
I
like
see
a
what you mean.
like, and you
Yeah.
just need to see someone just hit it.
Uh-huh.
Like that's when I pull it out.
Oh, okay.
And it happens a lot when I go to the sesh in Northridge, because every
Mhm.
once in a while I'll go out and practice with people in Northridge, because
Okay.
like there's such a cool community out there. And so like there's a sesh called the Lighthouse that's out there, and it happens like every Friday.
Mm.
So when I have a free Friday, I'll like hit up Jarek and I'll be like, yo, let's go out to the Lighthouse, and then we'll go out there, and like it's such a good energy because nobody's like, oh, you're here or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, what's up? I'm glad to see you. It's been a while,
Yeah, yeah.
And so like there's a video, the video on my Instagram, the one where I'm
Let's see.
battling,
Let's look at that real quick.
that one right there.
Let me
Yeah, the
see.
one where I'm battling. I got smoked in this battle.
Oh no. Put
So yeah, this is at the Lighthouse, and this is like the community they got going there, and it's just such good energy. And like if people want to battle, they battle, and if people just want to like freestyle, they freestyle. It's great.
So for the people that are listening, remember that all this is being recorded at 101 North YouTube, so you could see exactly what we're talking about.
So that's Devin. Big ups to Devin, yo. Devin is crazy. He's like hella talented. And the way I met him was at a battle, and he beat me, and then he invited me to the sesh, and then I started coming to the sesh, and then this night he was like, "Yo, would you honor me in giving me some rounds? Cause you've
Mm-hmm.
gotten so much better." And I was like, "I ain't bet. Let's do this." Oh, just wait until I get to battle dance. See, oh, when I talk about battling, yo, I could talk about battling all day.
Oh. Dude, it's crazy how light on your feet you've gotten.
Yeah.
Like even I mean, in my head I've seen your stuff, but in my head it's still the old, Jerry, the old
Mhm.
like style. But seeing this now in front of you, it's kind of like, wow, like you think about it, it's such a different vibe.
Mhm.
So you do that on Friday, well, every
I
Friday
some
you could.
Fridays, cause like yeah, some Fridays I do that, and then some Fridays I like practice my breaking,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So the way I got into breaking is cause Soda got into breaking, and he like started like growing with that,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I would joke around and I would try it out, like I said when I was like a thick boy, like I
Yeah,
would joke
yeah.
around and be like, oh, let's do that, and like even when I was a thick boy, I battled this like well-known b-boy named Zeku.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came to town and he
Yeah, yeah.
gave a workshop, and then like in the parking lot, I was like, "Hey Zeku, battle me," because that's just like real quick. That's something that I love to do. I love to
Mm-hmm.
battle because
Yeah.
battling is just like it's a crazy trade of energies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And even if you know you're gonna get smoked, and like even if you know you're gonna lose the battle, like I still want to do the battle because
Yeah.
you learn from it regardless. And even if I take a L, no matter how fat the L is, it's a good learning
Yeah,
experience,
yeah.
you know? So I was like, Zeku, I know you're like light years better than me,
Yeah.
But let's battle. Let's do it right here in the parking lot, right here, right now. And he's like, you want the smoke? Let's get it, right? So we battle in the parking lot, and long story short, I got destroyed, but it was a great experience, and like he gave me respect for that, because
Mm-hmm.
you earn respect just for like, you know what, let's battle, even if you
Yeah.
know you're gonna lose, So even this battle, I knew I was gonna lose. I knew I
Mm.
was,
Yeah.
but I was like, you know what? I love battling, and even if I know I'm gonna get smoked, you can bet your ass I'm gonna put up a great fight. Cause
Yeah.
something specific about me when I'm battling is that I always it's a conversation. Battling is definitely a conversation. And when I see them pull out a move I know I can do better or that I can answer to, I'll do it. For
Mm.
example, in that clip,
Yeah.
for those listening, he like did this move where he took off his hat and then he went to the ground and like came back up with it, right? And
Yeah.
like put it on. So I did a trick with my beanie where I like rolled it down my body and caught it with my foot because I was like, okay, look, I can do tricks with my hat wear too,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's like part of battling, because to win a battle, there's so much into it.
Yeah.
You don't.
Explain it to me.
Okay, check this out. All right, oh, I'm so passionate about this. Watch this. So battling with dancing is a trade of energies. All right. So there could be times where you battle someone that's better than you and you can win. And the way you do that is you got to have some like key opponents. Components. Key
Yeah,
components.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, key components, right? So first off, you gotta like know what you're doing, and you gotta be confident in yourself no matter what, right? So when you walk into a battle, and if you're weak in the knees, they're gonna read you and they're gonna murder you, and they're gonna capitalize on that. So you gotta make sure you're coming in and you think you're tough shit.
Yeah.
You know? So right when you come in, you're like, I could do this, right? That's the first step. The second step is being able to dance. That's nice too, right? So you know your skill set and you're ready to deliver, right? And then there comes stuff like stage presence. You gotta make yourself known, and you gotta like shine, and you gotta shine hard. You gotta shine harder than your opponent. You know, and the way you do that is by using like musicality, which is like using the music to your advantage. So if like in the music you hear a certain noise, like let's say there's a fart noise in the music, you want to hit the fart noise, right? So you can like do a couple things with the fart noise, and like you can like put it in your armpit and make the, you know, or you can like pretend to fart on your opponent and stuff like that, because the crowd loves that, and the judges see that and they're like, okay, so he's listening to the music and he can come up with it quick on the spot.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not prepared.
Yeah, because if you prepare stuff, then it's kind of whack, you know? Because then you're watching a battle, and then I'm like, okay, I saw you do that in another battle, you know? And there's a difference between having something like prepared and then having signatures. Because like signatures you can do, because signatures, people fuck with signatures. Yeah. But you usually want to get your signatures out in the first round. That way you're not relying on them later on. But that's another story. So musicality is cool. Putting your personality in it is also amazing, which is something that I love doing as well, because like I'm just such a character that I need to put that, you know. So putting your personality in it to look different than other people, and see, that's another reason why I keep popping like as like a just a tool rather than like a main thing, because popping, once you do it long enough, you look like other people if you don't practice it a lot, you know, because a lot of people can like just do like hits and like Fresnos, which is just like putting your arm up and popping and stuff like that. So a lot of people can do like popping. A lot of people can do popping because it's like really, I don't want to say simple because it's like there's a lot to it. But I feel like I can't portray my personality through popping. That's why I do animating. So like so musicality, personality, you want to just be more creative than your opponent, and you want to like just go out there and have fun with it. And when you see your opponent slip up, you attack it. Like if your opponent finishes a round and they look disappointed, like they didn't hit something, you go after that. And I'm such like when I battle, I'm like a totally different person, because like I'm kind of chill as like a person, like, and I'll talk to you, I'll be friendly and stuff like that. But as soon as we're battling, every little mistake you make is my advantage, and I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna come after that. If I see you misplace a foot, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna roast you. As soon as it's my turn, I'm gonna show you everything you did wrong, and then I'm gonna capitalize on it, and then I'm gonna answer to you, and then I'm gonna like hit the beats everywhere. That way people are like, you know what, he's a better dancer.
So when you say the whole foot thing, so I don't know, let's say someone does miss a step or something. How do you answer it? Do you go and do that same move and just be like, oh, you suck, like I just did it better than you? Or
you could do that. There's a bunch of ways to answer different things. So like let's say somebody's doing a wave and I notice that they missed their entire chest. So it goes just like straight from their fingers to their knuckles to their wrist to their elbow to their shoulder. Then they don't go to their chest, and then it goes to the other shoulder and then to the elbow. Then I'm going to come out and I'm going to do that wave super exaggerated, and I'm going to go right through my chest, and I'm going to stop at my chest. I'm going to look you dead in the eye and be like, look, you missed this, you know? And then I'm going to keep going with my wave, and then I'm going to continue that, you know? Because, and that it's like a mental game too. Because if I do that, like let's say we're battling, and I come out and I call you out on your shit, you're going to be like,
I'm thinking, no,
that.
damn.
Like, oh no, you know, he saw that, like, you know. and then they're gonna be intimidated, and then they're gonna lose because they're gonna be intimidated. So it's battling is such an intense thing, and I love it, and I feel like more people should do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love the fact that you're explaining it in such detail,
Mhm.
because whenever I see like dance battles for like dance shows, all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, these people are like, they're really good, and they're all hitting their moves or whatever. I don't know how like the judges decide,
Mhm.
but it's just that I don't know what to look for. I just
Mhm.
see two people doing like some sick dances, and I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, well, they're both good. But now that you say that, like the wave thing,
Yeah.
maybe I would have been like, oh, that's how he does it. But no, he
Yeah.
did it wrong.
Yeah.
That's how you notice
And
it.
sometimes that's how I do it. That's how they do it. But like they need to show really clearly that that's how they do it.
Mm.
For example, like if like let's say you wanted to skip the chest on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
I need to see you wave from your fingers to your knuckles to your wrist to your elbow, and then once you hit the shoulder, I need to see it pop off your shoulder and you catch it with your other shoulder.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Because if I just see you skip the chest, then I'm like, bro.
Has to be purposeful.
Mhm. Like I need to see calculated moves. And like sometimes they'll be calculated and sometimes they won't. And like you just need to be able, like I've been battling for a while, so I
Mm-hmm.
can see this stuff, you know?
Yeah,
And let's say you're watching a breaking battle,
yeah.
okay? And this is big in the breaking community, calling people out on messing up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different hand signals and stuff that b-boys will use during battles to show judges they messed up just in case the judges missed it.
Ah.
Yeah. So like there's like I want to show the
Well, you can. I mean,
okay, so
when
for those who are watching,
yeah.
like this means like he didn't get the move, but if you're a judge, it means tie. So there's
Oh.
like two to that one.
Okay.
This one means biting, which means you're copying someone else's move, you know? And then when they tap the floor, it means that they tapped and they didn't like complete their move. For example, like let's say someone was doing windmills and like they were doing windmills and they
Mhm.
like flopped on the floor or like they tapped their foot,
Mm-hmm.
they'll call that out and they'll be like, you tapped. Like you can't hold yourself, you know? And then there's like this signal, which means like, oh, it's written, like you're doing choreography.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And there's like a bunch of other ones that I missed.
Yeah.
Soda, don't roast me.
So you do that as you're dancing,
Yeah.
right?
So no, like
or as you're waiting. For
yeah.
your
So
turn.
if I'm watching you battle and I see you tap, I'm gonna call it right away. Tap.
Are you
tap.
battling against me, or you're like on the sideline?
No, if I'm battling you,
Oh, okay.
and I want the judges to know that you're
Mhm.
tapping, I'm gonna say, yo, you tapped. Oh, you
Ah.
bit that move. Oh, you didn't land that move. Oh, you were close to that
Yeah.
move, but you didn't get it. You
And
know?
would you be like real obvious with it, like?
Yes.
So
Some b-boys will literally look at the judge, point at them, and say, "Oh, they almost got the move, but they didn't get it. Oh, like they're biting. Look, they're biting."
Yeah.
And they'll point. You know?
is there no like? Do people not think like you're just like telling on him? Like, I know it's the culture behind
Yeah.
it, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, from an outsider, I'm like, dude, like, you're just telling on him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, if it's part of the culture, it's part
yeah,
of the culture.
I see that point of view, but at the same time, you're there to win
Yeah.
at all costs.
Yeah.
Well, at most costs.
Yeah.
But like, so if I'm there to win, I want the judges to know that you're messing
Mhm.
up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And but at the same time, if you're judging and if there is judges, they need to know what they're doing just in case a person makes a wrong call. Because there are cases where people are battling and then one of the people is just calling a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? And then you're like, oh, why would you call tapping right there? He didn't tap. Like that was a calculated tap. Like he
Yeah.
tapped like that to get a boost over and
Got
stuff
it,
like that.
got
But
it.
so like there's a lot to battling. There is a lot. And you need to like if you're gonna go into battling, just like you need to know that it's hella competitive, you know. And there are times like that battle we didn't have judges, like the one on my Instagram.
Mhm,
We didn't
mhm.
have judges for that one because that one was just for fun. Like he
Okay.
literally told me, hey, let's go a couple rounds, it's all love. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's all love then, you know.
Yeah.
So when you're battling like that, you just have fun with it.
Mhm.
There's like you can tap as much as you want, you could do whatever, you can have fun with it. But like if you're battling for a competition, it gets heated. Things get really heated, and then people end up really salty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really salty.
So do you think that's why people don't battle as much? Because you're saying that you think people should
Mhm.
battle more. Because I mean, especially here in the city, this city has I don't know, it's full of dancers. There's
Mhm.
so many dancers in the city,
Mhm.
but there's no like, I don't even know what you call it. Like, there's no community of like battle dancers. Like, it's
Mhm.
all like choreographed.
Well, yeah, cuz a lot of dancers in this community, it's I don't want to say it's easier to do choreography because there's choreography that's just really hard.
Yeah.
So, I guess people can be more comfortable with choreography because they
Mhm.
can learn it and then they just stick to that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like freestyling and battling all comes from you and you need to make it up on the spot. And you don't know what the other person's going to bring at you, but
Mhm.
you need to be ready for anything. And I feel like that's the part that scares people away from it, but it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because the more you do something, the better you get at it. So the more you battle, the better you get at battling, you know?
Mhm.
And so, yeah, that's.
Yeah. So, do you think if there was a platform where there was a community for battling, people
Hmm.
would be like, you know what? Let me actually try it. Because I know that you say you go to Northridge, right?
Hmm.
And is that where most of your battling happens out there?
Yeah. So when I go out there, every time I go out there, I try to battle someone. I
Mm-hmm.
really do because, and I know the people out there, and I know who I can handle, who I can't
Mm-hmm.
handle, who's too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to make sure that I always get someone in my weight class, if not above, because I always want to like reach above to try to bring myself to that level. Because if you're levels above me and I can school you, then maybe I'm better than I thought I was, you
Yeah.
know? So I always like to go out there and do that. And I can't neglect the fact that there is like some battle dancers in
Mm-hmm.
Oxnard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I want to give a shout out to like
Yeah.
the morgue, cause like and Court and Putch, he's holding it down. He's like out here having cause he runs a sesh called the morgue, and a bunch of like crumpers they go
Mm-hmm.
there, you know.
Okay. Is that
So
local here?
yeah, they do it
Okay.
at Oxnard College
Ah,
every
all right.
Friday, and so they like go there and they always battle each other, and they always so like they get there and they spar with each other,
Mm.
and I like that. I really
Yeah.
like that a lot. Cause like they're learning off each other and they're building off each other. So if they ever like go out of the 805, well they're ready. They're
Mm.
hella ready.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of like youngins there. Like there's high schoolers that go there, and I love the fact that they're learning this, and they're getting that experience.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, to be good. Cause there's a bunch of raw talent, and they got it right there at the morgue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited to see what they do.
Yeah, man. So I mean, we're in a time where everything is online, right?
Mhm.
That's how people find each other. That's how people know what people are doing.
Mhm.
How do you showcase your stuff specifically?
So I put most of my stuff on YouTube.
Okay.
So my YouTube channel is JFluff. That's capital J hyphen capital F Luff Fluff.
Love.
Yeah. So I make dance videos and I put that up on there.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I have just about, I want to say, roughly 20 something videos.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I have like a pretty good portfolio as
Mm-hmm.
far as dancing goes. Um, but I definitely want to do a lot more with it,
Okay.
meaning like I want to get more collabs. Like I want to
Mm.
collab with more people and make more videos with other dancers in the community.
Yeah, yeah.
That way, like you, I can help people showcase their talent
Mm-hmm.
through me,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Like I want to be like, oh, like you want to start dancing? Well, if you're comfortable, let's
Mm-hmm.
shoot a video together. Let's dance together. Let's dance together,
Yeah.
and I'll post it up. And my following can see you, and if they want to follow you, they can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I definitely want to do that, and I definitely want to like, cause I've been saving, so I want to like get some equipment that'll help my videos look better. Because I've
Mm.
been going to Jarek, who's a friend of mine
Yeah.
who does my videos, and he has like a high quality camera and he has like the software to edit and stuff like that. So all of my higher quality videos are like from him.
Okay.
He's gonna want me to play. So
Go ahead,
if
plug him.
you
Plug
if
him.
you if you want like any videos done, or like if you want like a photo shoot, hit him up. His name is Jarek Gambon. Um, his like you can find his at like somewhere in my profile. Like there will be videos where I'll be like, oh, it's shot by him. So yeah, definitely look for him if you want to like make videos, or if you want to make a video, or um do a photo shoot. But yeah, so all my higher quality videos are done by him, and
Okay.
I want to be able to have my own stuff
Mhm.
and like a tripod and stuff. So if I ever like feel so inclined to like go out and just make a video on the
Yeah.
spot, I can,
Yeah.
and have it be high quality. That way, people aren't like watching like a iPhone video and can
Is that
see
what you're
that.
doing now? Just
Yeah.
okay.
So like when I want to make a video and like Jarek's not available, I'll go out and I use my iPhone and I'll edit
Mhm.
it with iMovie and I'll just throw it up,
Yeah.
you know? And like it works and it's cool, but I do want to get like that higher quality.
Yeah.
And as not only do I say higher quality in meaning like how it looks,
Mhm.
but I also like want to venture into like making a story behind my dance videos and like incorporating different themes and stuff like that. Like for example, I had like an idea to do the 5 stages of grief as
Mm.
like a dance video,
Yeah. Yeah.
and have different dancers represent each stage. So like depression, denial,
Yeah.
anger, like all that, and like put that up there and like so do different themes like that, cuz I feel like that would be really cool to see too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you're interested in being in that, hit me up. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. Yeah, and I tried doing like a theme with my video demons, and it
Okay.
was kind of like a angel and devil on the shoulder
Mm.
type thing. And I did like it, but at the same time, I feel like the iPhone quality of it kind of like
Takes away
yeah,
from.
it took away from it, as well as like I guess I was. And a little behind the scenes on that video, to get the angel and the devil on my shoulders, I had to buy like long wooden poles and strap them to my back to have them come out my
Yeah.
jacket, because I could not think of any other way to do it that was like easy.
Yeah.
So I did it like that, which is why my dancing in that video is kind of like ass. So if you look at that video and you're like, you know what, he didn't do a good job dancing, it's because I had like
Rods and.
rods on my back and I was like trying to dance and I couldn't really maneuver. But yeah, so I feel like doing that doing that. So I did like the story behind it, but like a couple things just took away from it.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to like grow, like I want to be able to get like the resources
Mhm.
the resources I need to be able to produce videos like that and have them come out better
Mhm.
quality and
Yeah.
like smoother and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And I mean, not if you're listening to this and you're either a young follower or you just want to start, or Jerry's at a point where you're ready to make that leap. You're ready to get better quality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just starting, I mean, the iPhone quality, anything that you're gonna do to put yourself in front of a camera or put yourself somewhere where you could showcase the work, like people say, it could be like potato quality. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter as long as you're out there putting in work, doing what you need to do to move on to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
So you already went through all that. You already did your bad quality. You already did that. So you're ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're someone that's starting and you have your old flip phone that happens to have a video camera on
Mm-hmm.
it, that's what you're going to use to get to where you need to be. So just, a little side note, don't let the fact that we want to create better content take away from the fact that you can't create content.
Mm-hmm.
You can always create, you could always put stuff out. You just got to start.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say stories, you're not thinking like short film style. You're not thinking anything like that. It's kind of more like, kind of specifically, like I did an art show last year, and it was kind of like the 5 human senses,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the artist created stuff with that kind of ideology.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be kind of what you're talking about, right?
That so like that goes with like the themes, but I did want to do like some short story stuff too,
Okay.
cause
Okay.
like me and Soda, we had Soda had the idea, but I kind of like fed off of it, and I really wanted to do it. But we had an idea where we were gonna do like a bank robbery type thing, and
Mhm.
like have that storyline be through it, and like security guards come in, and then like we had to dance battle the security guards and stuff like that. So we have like ideas on the table that we
Yeah.
really want to do, but we just never really got around to it. So I want to produce those. I want to put those out there. And even if I'm not even in the video, like even if, because sometimes I don't even see myself as the main character in the story that I put. So even if I want to get another dancer, which is why I want to like reach out and network with other dancers in this community, because if I really want you to be in my video, part of like the storyline, then I want to be able to call someone up and be like, hey, let's do it. And he's like, down, you know? So yeah, so I want to be able to do that because I feel like that would be really cool to put up on the YouTube channel, and that way I can showcase my community and represent my people. And do that.
It's super good that you said that even if you're not in front of the camera, I think a lot of people when they're trying to start something, they forget what the overall goal is. You know, are you trying to make a name for yourself and just yourself, or are you trying to make a name for yourself and the people around you? So sometimes you are not the best for whatever you're trying to create. You know, sometimes you're just not the best actor, you're not the best whatever, but you know either a story needs to be told. So it's really good that you already see the fact that, you know, I'm going to step back, let someone else take it because it needs to be told.
And part of the videos on my channel, like on my channel already, there's already videos that I'm not in. Like there's videos of my friend Squeaks who like has been with me for years learning. Like he came, this is the cutest story. So Squeaks in high school, his name is Andrew. I'll call him Andrew because he doesn't like being called Squeaks. So Andrew, we met in high school, right? And the way we met is that me and Soda were dancing, and we like made a name for ourselves already, and we were kind of established in the high school. And he came in as a freshman, and while we were juniors, I'm pretty sure. And he was like animating, but like he wasn't like the strongest, right? And he joined dance to get to me and Soda so he can learn with us. And we took him under our wing, and we were like, let's get it. And then from there he grew, and he like, his dance style is so unique. I like it. Like it's really abstract, I want to say, and it's cool, you know. And so sometimes he feels like he doesn't do a good job, but I think he does, you know. I think like some like parts of the video like that really like that went hard. Like you did good right there. And the only thing about him, the only I guess grievance I have with him is I just want him to be a little more passionate about it, because there are times where he's just like not dancing and stuff like that. And I understand that he's like, he might be like busy with stuff, but I really want to see him grow.
I mean that's all you could do, you know. Be there, make sure he knows that he has a support system like whenever he's ready. And then you know we're talking about him right now, so if he listens, he knows it's a little kind of like wake up call, like, dude, you're good, don't stop, like, you're good, don't stop.
I just want to put out there that I have no beef with any like dancers in the 805. I have no grievance. I want to see everyone grow. If you're out trying to spread a positive message, I like that. I like what you're doing. I support you. So I like have no grievance, because I don't know what my public perception is. I don't know if people like think I'm stuck up or whatever. But I just want to say that if you want to learn how to dance, if you want to collab, anybody, I don't bite. You can literally hit me up. I'm chilling, you know? So that's all I want to say.
All right. So you guys heard it here. JFluff, Jerry. If you guys want to see the faces behind the voice, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel 101 North, so you could also see more of the stuff that we're talking about, more of the videos that we're showing, you know, showing the hand movements, the waves and everything. So this is probably not going to be the last time we hear of JFluff. Have him back on sometime. All right, guys. Have a good one.